Hello, hello, English learners. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable. This is your calm space to learn English through real, honest conversations. You don't need perfect grammar or fast answers. You just need to be here. I'm Maria.
And I'm John. We're really glad you're here today. Today, we're going to talk about something that can feel tricky for many learners: how to talk about yourself in English. It might seem simple, but when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," suddenly your mind goes blank.
Exactly. That moment can be stressful, even for people who know lots of words. But here, we're going to make it simple. You'll learn step by step how to introduce yourself confidently in a way that feels natural.
Let's start with why this skill is important. You use it in so many situations: meeting a new classmate, talking to a colleague, introducing yourself in a language exchange, or even in a casual conversation at a cafe. Knowing how to speak about yourself clearly makes these moments easier and more enjoyable.
I remember one time on a flight, the person next to me asked, "So, what do you do? Tell me about yourself." My mind was full of ideas: my job, my hobbies, my family, but everything came out jumbled. I felt nervous and ended up saying something very simple like, "I like coffee."
That's so relatable. I had a similar moment in a classroom. I knew all the words, but when it was my turn to introduce myself, my brain just froze. Moments like that show why having a small, clear script in your head can help you stay calm and confident.
And remember, your introduction doesn't need to be perfect English. You just need clear, simple sentences that show who you are. Let's break it down into small steps. First, greetings.
Right. Greetings set the tone. In formal situations, you can say hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. For example, in a job interview, you could say, "Good morning, thank you for seeing me today." Polite, simple, and clear.
For semi-formal situations, like meeting colleagues or attending a small event, you can use "Hi there" or just "Morning." Friendly, polite, and easy.
And for informal situations with friends or people your age, you can say, "Hi," "Hey," or even, "Hey there." Some people like, "What's up?" or "How's it going?" But make sure it feels natural for you.
Yes, don't pick something that doesn't fit your personality just to sound cool. The greeting should feel like you. A simple, "Hi, nice to meet you," is always safe and warm.
After greeting, next comes your name. You can say, "I'm John. My name is Maria." Or, "Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Maria." Keep it short, clear, and friendly.
Then you can add where you're from or where you live. This creates a little life map for the listener. You can say, "I'm from Turkey," or "I'm from Delhi, India." If your birthplace and current city are different, you can say, "I was born in Poland, but now I live in Berlin."
You can also add how long you've been living there. "I've been living in Berlin for 3 years," or "I've been living in Madrid since 2020. Keep it light, just enough to give a friendly picture.
Next, people often ask, "What do you do?" You can say, "I work as an English teacher." "I'm a student." "I study business." Or, "I work in marketing." If you work at a company, you can add, "I work for a telecom company in the customer service department."
And if you're studying, you can say, "I study computer science," or "I'm learning English at university." The key is clarity. 1 or 2 sentences are enough for now.
After your job or study, the next part is about your family or home. People may ask, "Do you live with your family?" You can say, "I live with my parents." "I live alone in an apartment," or "I share a flat with a friend."
You can also mention siblings. "I have 1 brother and 1 sister," or "I'm an only child." These small details help the listener understand your life without needing a long story.
Next, hobbies and free time. This is fun because it shows personality. You can say, in my free time, I like reading, I enjoy jogging, or I love playing guitar.
Or, I'm a big fan of football. Or, I enjoy Korean dramas. Just one or two hobbies are enough to give a friendly image. These details make it easy for the conversation to continue naturally.
And small personal preferences are nice too. I love cats, but I don't like waking up early. Or, I like pizza, but I don't enjoy very spicy food. It shows personality and keeps it real.
That's right. And that's it for today's first part. You've learned greetings, name, where you're from, where you live, what you do, family, and hobbies. Step by step, you can build your own introduction in a calm, clear way.
And while you listen to the next part, think about how you would answer each piece. Which greeting feels natural? What's your one sentence for your job or study? What's one hobby you enjoy sharing?
By practicing these small steps, you'll feel ready when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself." Little by little, it becomes easier, and your confidence grows.
Welcome back. Let's continue building your introduction. In the first part, we covered greetings, your name, where you're from, where you live, your job or study, your family, and hobbies. Now we'll add daily routines, personality, and your likes and dislikes.
That's right. Talking about your day is a simple way to show more about yourself. And don't worry, you don't need to list every minute. Just 2 or 3 small actions are enough.
For example, you could say, on weekdays, I usually wake up at 7, have breakfast, and go to work. Or, in the morning, I normally drink coffee, check my messages, and start studying English. That already gives a clear picture of your daily rhythm.
Yes, and you can add one small personal detail, like, after work, I usually go for a walk, or, in the evening, I watch a short series. These little sentences show how you spend your time and make your introduction feel more real.
Remember, your goal here is not to impress anyone with a long story, just simple sentences that paint a clear picture of your life. Even 1 or 2 sentences about your day are enough.
And it's actually fun. When someone asks about your day, it's a chance to share something small and interesting. For example, I usually drink coffee in the morning. I love trying new flavors. That's personal and friendly.
Now, let's talk about personality. People often ask, are you shy or talkative? Or, how would you describe yourself? This is your chance to use simple adjectives: friendly, calm, curious, hardworking, creative, patient. All of these work.
You can say something like, I'm a friendly and curious person, or I'm a bit shy at first, but I become more talkative when I feel comfortable. Simple sentences like that give a nice impression without overcomplicating things.
And here's a tip. You can also use other people's words. For example, my friends say I'm funny and easy to talk to. Or, people say I'm patient and hardworking. It makes your introduction sound natural.
That's right. And once you know a few adjectives that fit you, you can mix and match. I'm calm and hardworking. I'm friendly and curious. I'm shy at first, but talkative later. These small combinations make a big difference.
And now, likes and dislikes. This is where you can share small personal details that make your introduction more human. For example, I love cats and pasta, but I don't like waking up early. Or, I enjoy coffee, but I'm not a fan of long lines.
Yes, just 1 or 2 details are enough. You don't need to share everything. The key is balance. A sentence about a hobby, one about a preference, and you already feel more open and friendly.
These details help the listener feel connected to you. They can ask questions like, "What kind of movies do you like?" or "Where do you go for walks?" That's how conversations continue naturally.
And here's a simple practice tip. While listening, think about which 2 or 3 adjectives describe you best. Then add one hobby and one personal preference. For example, I'm friendly and creative. I love reading and walking in the park. I enjoy coffee, but I don't like waiting in long lines.
That's perfect. See how small sentences can already paint a full picture? And you don't need a perfect script, just clarity, friendliness, and calmness.
You might feel shy at first, and that's okay. Even if you stumble, your sentences will still make sense. Every practice builds confidence.
And that's the beauty of this method. You're not memorizing long texts, you're building small, flexible sentences that fit your life and your style.
Okay, let's try an example together. You could say, "Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Turkey and I live in Istanbul. I work as an English coach. In my free time, I like reading and walking. I'm friendly and curious. I enjoy coffee, but I don't like waking up early."
That's clear, simple, and friendly. And you could also switch it up. "Hello, my name is John. I'm from the UK and I live in Madrid. I'm a student. I like jogging in my free time. I'm patient and calm. I love music, but I don't enjoy spicy food."
See how easy that feels? You've combined daily routine, personality, and preferences into one short, natural introduction.
And one last tip for this part: practice aloud. Say it in front of a mirror, record yourself, or even practice while walking. The more you speak, the more confident you become.
Also, write your sentence in the comments. Even one small introduction helps your English brain go to the gym. And maybe another learner reads it and thinks, "Oh, I feel the same." That way, you're practicing and helping someone else too.
So, to summarize this part, Step 1. Choose 1 or 2 sentences about your daily routine. Step 2. Pick 1 or 2 adjectives for your personality. Step 3. Add one hobby and one like or dislike. Step 4. Combine them naturally. That's your mini introduction.
And while you listen to the next part, you can start creating your own mini script in your head. Soon, you'll be ready to introduce yourself confidently in any situation, formal, semi-formal, or informal.
That's it for this part. Next, we'll talk about your future plans, goals, and small motivations that make your introduction even more complete. These details give a sense of direction and make your sentences feel alive.
Exactly. By the end of the next part, you'll have a full, clear, and natural introduction about yourself that you can use anywhere.
So keep practicing, stay calm, and remember, small sentences, clear ideas, friendly tone. That's all you need. So far, we've talked about greetings, your name, where you're from and live, your job or studies, family, hobbies, daily routine, personality, and likes and dislikes. Now we'll explore future plans, goals, motivations, and a few tips to make your introductions even more engaging.
That's right. Sharing a small idea about your future makes your introduction feel complete. And don't worry, you don't need a perfect life plan. Just one honest thought is enough.
For example, you can start with phrases like, "In the future, I'd like to," "One of my goals is," or "One of my dreams is." These are simple, flexible, and natural.
And you can connect it to English too. For example, one of my goals is to speak English more confidently. Or, in the future, I'd like to travel and use English while I explore new countries.
Or even something personal. One of my dreams is to open a small cafe. Or, in the future, I'd like to learn how to cook traditional dishes from different countries. Small, simple sentences give a glimpse of who you are and what you care about.
Exactly. And the beauty is, these sentences naturally give someone a question to continue the conversation. They might ask, "Which countries do you want to visit?" Or, "What dish would you like to cook first?"
So, by adding one small idea about the future, your introduction becomes interactive and inviting. And that's exactly what we want, an introduction that feels friendly, clear, and easy to respond to.
Now, let's talk about motivation. Sometimes people hesitate to speak about themselves because they feel nervous or unsure. That's normal. But even small steps build confidence.
Yes, here's a tip. When you introduce yourself, imagine you're telling a friend a story. Friendly tone, calm pace, short sentences. You don't need to impress anyone. Just be you.
And if you make a small mistake, no problem. Your sentences will still make sense. Perfection is not the goal. Clarity and friendliness are.
Another helpful tip is to practice combining parts you've learned. For example, greeting, name, country and city, work or study, hobbies, daily routine, personality, likes and dislikes, and finally, one small future goal. Put them together naturally in a short paragraph.
In the future, I'd like to travel and practice English while I explore new countries.
That's perfect. Short, clear, and friendly. You've covered past, present, and future in one mini story about yourself.
And here's another one. Hello, my name is Joun. I'm from the UK and I live in Madrid. I'm a student studying business. I enjoy going to the gym and playing video games. I'm patient and calm. I love music, but I don't like very spicy food. One of my goals is to create my own online course in the future.
See how even simple sentences can give a complete picture? And the listener can easily respond or ask a question, which makes your introduction conversational.
Now, let's talk about a few conversation tips that make your introductions even smoother. First, pay attention to your tone. Friendly, calm, and confident is always best.
Yes, and don't rush. Speak at a natural pace. You don't need to speak quickly. It's better to be clear than fast.
Also, practice pauses. A small pause between sentences gives the listener time to process what you're saying. It feels more natural and less like a list of facts.
Another tip, eye contact if you're speaking in person, or a warm tone if it's online. Even small gestures like a smile make your introduction feel more welcoming.
And don't forget repetition for practice. You can repeat your introduction aloud a few times, slightly changing hobbies or future goals each time. It helps you feel more flexible and natural.
And here's a subtle trick. End your introduction with a small invitation. For example, I'm learning English and would love to practice with new friends. It's polite, friendly, and opens the door for conversation.
Exactly. You want your introduction to feel like the start of a conversation, not just a list of facts. One or two questions for the listener can naturally follow.
Now, let's summarize the main points from this part. Step 1. Add a short sentence about your future plans or goals. Step 2. Speak in a friendly, calm tone. Step 3. Use small pauses and practice natural rhythm. Step 4. Repeat and slightly vary your sentences for confidence. Step 5. Consider ending with a small invitation to keep the conversation going.
And remember, it's okay if you feel nervous. Every time you practice, even silently in your head, you're improving. Your brain learns the structure, the flow, and the vocabulary.
Yes, Confidence comes from practice, not from waiting for the perfect moment. The more you speak, the more comfortable you feel.
And one last note. Your introduction is not just about English. It's about showing a small, friendly picture of who you are. Your daily life, your personality, your hobbies, and your dreams. All these pieces make your introduction feel real and human.
That's it for this part. When you practice, start with the mini sentences you already know. Add one future goal, use a calm and friendly tone, and try a small pause or two. Soon, your introduction will flow naturally.
And in the next part, we'll combine everything into full examples so you can see how all the pieces work together. By the end, you'll have a complete, friendly, confident introduction ready for any situation.
Keep practicing, stay calm, and remember, the key is clarity, friendliness, and small steps. You're doing great. You've already learned the basics: greetings, your name, where you're from, what you do, your hobbies, personality, and your future plans. Now, let's bring it all together in a way that feels authentic and truly reflects who you are.
Yes, in this part, we'll show you full introductions and give you practical tips to help you practice. By the end of this, you'll be ready to speak confidently about yourself in any situation, whether you're meeting someone new or speaking in an interview.
To start, let's quickly review what we've covered so far. We've learned how to greet people, introduce yourself, talk about your background, your job or studies, your family, hobbies, and even your daily routine. All of these pieces help shape the story you tell about yourself.
And we've also talked about how adding one small future goal or plan can make your introduction feel more complete and forward-thinking. We discussed how to make your tone friendly, how to pace yourself, and how to structure your sentences so that they feel natural.
Now, let's dive into full introductions. This is where you bring all of your pieces together into one smooth, friendly story. Remember, it's not about memorizing a script or having the perfect introduction. It's about using the sentences you've practiced in a way that feels comfortable and natural for you.
Exactly. Let's try 2 full examples. I'll go first. Here's a complete introduction. Hi, I'm Joun. I'm from the UK, but I live in Madrid. I'm a student studying business at university. In my free time, I enjoy going to the gym, playing video games, and watching football. I'm a calm and patient person, and I love meeting new people. In the future, I'd like to create my own online courses and work in a global business environment.
That sounds great, John. You've covered everything in a clear, friendly way, and it feels like a genuine conversation. And now, let me share my full introduction. Hello, my name is Maria. I'm from Turkey and I live in Istanbul. I'm an English coach and content creator. In my free time, I love reading, taking long walks in the park, and having coffee with friends. I'm a friendly and curious person, and I enjoy helping others improve their English. One of my goals in the future is to travel the world while working online, helping more people feel confident in their language skills.
You see, our introductions are simple but full of information. They include all the main parts we've covered: your name, where you're from, what you do, your hobbies, and your future plans. And they're not too long, just enough to give the other person a clear picture of who you are.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing about this structure is that once you get used to it, you can easily adapt it to different situations. If you're in a job interview, you can keep the tone more formal. If you're meeting a new friend, you can make it a bit more casual and relaxed.
The key is to keep it natural and true to who you are. You don't need to memorize a perfect sentence. Just practice the main ideas and let your personality shine through.
Yes, the more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. So, let's give you a few practical tips to make your practice even more effective.
Tip number 1. Start with one part at a time. Don't try to say everything all at once. First, practice just saying your name and where you're from. Once you're comfortable with that, add your job or studies. Keep it small and simple at first.
Exactly. And tip number 2, use real-life opportunities to practice. Every time you meet someone new, whether it's online or in person, try to introduce yourself using the sentences you've learned. It's amazing how much more comfortable you'll feel once you begin using these sentences in actual conversations.
Tip number 3. Practice out loud. Even if you're just talking to yourself, practice your introduction out loud. It helps you get used to speaking English and builds confidence. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you get.
And tip number 4, use a mirror or record yourself. This helps you see and hear how your introduction sounds. You might notice small things you can improve, like your tone or pacing. Watching yourself speak can be a real game changer.
And don't forget tip number 5. Mix it up. Practice your introduction with different hobbies, goals, and interests. This way, you'll be ready for any conversation. You can always adjust a little depending on who you're talking to, which keeps things fresh and natural.
Now, let's take a moment to reflect on your progress. Think about the sentences you've practiced. Can you introduce yourself confidently in English now? If you can, that's amazing. You've come a long way. And if not, don't worry. Keep practicing. Every little step you take is progress.
And here's a little challenge for you. After this episode, take a few minutes to write your own introduction in the comments below. Use the structure we've talked about: greeting, name, where you're from, what you do, your hobbies, and one future goal. This is your opportunity to practice, and we're here to cheer you on every step of the way.
And don't stress about perfection. The goal is to be clear and friendly. Remember, this is a safe space to practice, and we're all here supporting each other.
And speaking of support, we'd love to hear your introductions. When you write your introduction in the comments, you'll not only practice your English, but you'll also inspire others. Plus, it's a great way to connect with our amazing community of learners who are all on this journey with you.
And remember, this is just the beginning. Once you've practiced your basic introduction, you'll feel more comfortable using English in real-life situations. Whether you're meeting new people, making friends, or even in job interviews, you'll be ready to share who you are confidently.
Exactly. And we're so proud of you for taking the time to practice and improve your English. Every effort you put in is shaping your future, and we believe in you.
So, to wrap up today's episode, we want to leave you with one final question. Can you introduce yourself in English? If you can, share your introduction with us in the comments below. Remember, there's no rush. Just take it one step at a time and trust the process.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, practice makes progress. Keep using English in your daily life and keep growing. We're with you every step of the way.
Thanks for joining us today. We're so glad you're part of the Speak Unstoppable family. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone. Keep smiling and keep speaking English with confidence.